You know, when you have those days that you feel so bad and uncomfortable in your body, those days where you feel quote unquote fat and you feel like everyone around you is thinking the exact same thing. And then what happens is that you feel like you don't deserve to eat, to enjoy the foods that you want to have. It's like, I feel bad in my body, therefore I have to either not eat or I have to eat the healthy things, the salad, the vegetables, the fruit. And all you can think about is your weight and not actually enjoy the food that you want to enjoy. Those days suck. And you might have more of those days than not. So in this episode, I'm going to take you through the 4-step thought process that you can take yourself through on those days so that you can bring yourself back to the present moment. You can make decisions that are intentional, that feel good for you, and that will serve you in the long term. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Live Unrestricted podcast, a show where you'll learn how to heal your relationship with food and your body so that you can focus your time and energy on more important things like your personal growth. I'm your host, Sabrina Magna, food freedom coach, and my mission is to help make your life happier and healthier without stress, overwhelm, or guilt about food. If you love the show, please do go out and share it. And if you're looking for support with your relationship with food, details about my programs are in the show notes. Thanks for spending time with me today. Now let's jump in. Welcome back, my friend, to the Live Unrestricted podcast. I am once again just so grateful that out of all of the things that you could be listening to, out of all the things that you could be doing, you chose to listen to something that is going to make your life better. So I'm going to get right into today's topic because I actually had an experience over the weekend that I immediately thought, this is something that I know so many of my listeners struggle with. And it's something that is so subtle, that is not really talked about. And so I want to bring you into my life, put my arm around you, and just kind of take you through what happened over the weekend. So I went to my friend's cottage. He has this, his uncle has this beautiful cottage by a lake, and it's fall here in Montreal. So now is the perfect time to go out in nature and to be outside and to look at the fall colors and go on a hike. And so we went to the cottage on Saturday, and I thought that we were just going for a hike. So I wore leggings and a sports bra. And for context, I haven't been able to work out or move my body in the way that I typically would over the past couple of weeks because of my slipped ribs. So if you haven't listened to my episode, I did a bonus episode a week and a half ago on Monday where I really talked about what happened and the mistakes that I made and how I made it worse and the lessons that I got from it. So if you want to learn more about that whole fiasco, go back and listen to Monday's episode a week and a half ago. But all that to say, I haven't been able to move my body in the way that I would at my fullest capacity. I can't work out. The only thing I can do is go for walks. And I'm so grateful that I can even walk, that I can even move my body, that I can breathe and laugh and cough. Although the past couple of days, the coughing has been a little bit more painful and challenging. But with that, and also I got my period, and I don't know what was really going on with my body, but I just did not feel good in my body. I've been feeling a lot more bloated. I also, this is like so TMI, but you and I are friends. So I haven't been able to shave my legs because bending over hurts. So I haven't been feeling my best physically. And you know that feeling when you're just like not able to take care of yourself. Maybe you're not able to take a shower or wash your hair or shave or just like do the things that typically make you feel good. Well, that's just kind of how I felt. And so halfway through the day at the cottage, I just noticed how bloated I felt and noticed how uncomfortable I felt, but I wasn't making it mean anything in the way that I would have before, because now I've done so much work on my body image that I know that bad body image days will happen to absolutely anyone. It doesn't matter if you're 100 pounds, if you're 300 pounds, it does not matter what your body looks like. You will have a bad body image day every once in a while. That's just the nature of being a woman. That's just the nature of being a human. And so I was able to recognize I'm having a bad body image day, and that's okay. But, I'm wearing these leggings, I'm wearing this sports bra, feels really tight. And what I noticed was the thoughts that I used to have years and years ago. Now, the difference is that I no longer take those thoughts as true. I no longer let them dictate my actions or control how I feel about myself. I'm able to observe them. And I'm sure that you've had these thoughts before, where you start seeing, okay, I really don't look good. Everyone else is going to see how fat I look. Everyone is going to be thinking about my body. Everyone's going to be paying attention to it. They're going to think I look different. And then you might go a step further, which is I don't deserve to enjoy food, because I can only enjoy food if I look good, if I like my body. And that whole day at the cottage, we had sausages, hot dogs, hamburgers, chips for lunch. It was the cutest thing. They had this little hut literally in the middle of the forest with this little grill where we made our food on the grill. I felt very much like I was one with nature, even though I was definitely passenger princess in all of that. I love nature so much, but you ask me to camp, you ask me to do anything that involves being self-sufficient, and I will step aside and let the men do the work. So I was very much being passenger princess. So all that to say, we had lunch in the forest, and then nighttime we were going to order sushi. And so when I noticed that I really wasn't feeling great in my body halfway through the day, there's this initial, very, very fleeting thought that was oh, you're going to have sushi tonight and you're going to feel even more bloated. And is it even a good idea to have the sushi? All of that. But the difference is that I was able to bring myself back and shut down those thoughts within 30 seconds versus letting it drag on and consume me for the rest of the day and impact how I feel about myself, impact my mood, impact my ability to be fully present. And so what I want to teach you today is how you can compress and reduce the amount of time that you stay stuck in those repeated thought loops, those negative, obsessive thoughts about your body, what people are thinking, and about your relationship with food. I'm sure you've done this, right? Bad body image days. I shouldn't go out for dinner, right? I don't deserve it. I haven't earned it. And you have the power to have that last 30 seconds or have it the rest of the day or even follow you into the days after that. So let me take you through this process. The first thing that you have to do when you recognize that you're starting to feel really bad about yourself, really bad about your body, and now it's impacting the way that you think about food, your sense of deservedness, your sense of I can enjoy food without guilt. So step one is to create distance between you and your thoughts. So many people think that they are their thoughts because they haven't done any practices and haven't done the work to be able to create distance and space between them and their thoughts, and recognize that just because you think something, it does not make it true. Let me repeat that again. Just because you think something, it does not make it true. A belief is just something that you've repeated over and over and over again with enough intensity, with enough emotional attachment that it has started to become true for you. So for example, when you're 6 years old, Santa is real is a truth. And I really hope that you are not listening to this with a kid in your car right now. And if I just spoiled and ruined that for your kids, I am so sorry. But let's work under the premise that there are no kids listening to this. And you have this belief, you have this truth in your mind that Santa is real. There is nothing else that could be true in that situation. But then when you start getting more evidence, when you start getting a different perspective, you realize that something that you were convinced was true your entire life was actually just a belief. It was just something that was told to you enough times and reinforced that you started to take it as the truth. And so the problem when you're not able to create distance between you and your thoughts is that you can't look at it objectively and you can't criticize it. You can't poke holes in it because you don't see it as something that is separate from you. You see it as, let's say, my body is disgusting. If you have that thought, then if you're not able to create distance between you and that thought becomes who you are. It becomes part of you. And once it's part of you, it is now going to dictate how you think, how you feel, and how you act. And so that's the first step, is to create distance between you and your thoughts. And one of the best ways that you can train yourself to do this, and I even hate that I have become one of these people, but there's a reason why this is always talked about. There's a reason why there's so much research to back it up. One of the best ways that you can train yourself to create distance between you and your thoughts is through meditation. I was having a conversation with one of my friends at the cottage, and they were asking me, do you meditate? And I said, yes, I meditate every day. They said, really? Wow. I tried meditating once, but I couldn't do it. And this is the thing that I hear all the time. And Luke even said that to me when I started trying to encourage him in the direction of starting meditation, because it has been so transformative for me. And he said, I can't meditate. Like, I just keep thinking. I can't stop my thinking. And so I want to take just 2 seconds here, because I was explaining to my friends that meditation, the goal is not to stop thinking. The goal is not to be able to have zero thoughts and be a blank space. Meditation, the best way that I like to explain it to people is that meditation is a workout for your brain. Think about if you want to get strong, if you want to get like big muscles that can carry you through life, you're going to go to the gym and you're going to lift weights. That's how you're going to do it. Now, we don't really talk about what we need to do in order to develop a strong mind, but your mind controls everything in your life. Your mind controls if you can talk yourself in or out of going to the gym. So being able to develop a strong mind should be your number one priority, because developing a strong mind will then give you the ability to choose what you want to think and what is no longer serving you. And so when you think about meditation as a workout for your mind, it's that every time that you notice a thought popping up in your mind, or you're getting wrapped into the thought loops, every time you bring your attention back to your breath, you are training your mind on attention. You are training yourself to choose what you want to give your attention to. Do you want to give your attention to the endless to-do items that are popping up in your mind while you're meditating? Or do you want to give your attention to your breath? And every time you redirect your mind from focusing on everything that you have to do today, and then you bring it back to your breath, and you bring it back to your breath, and you bring it back to your breath over and over and over again, you are training yourself on attention. You are training yourself to focus on what you want to focus on versus what you are automatically on autopilot wired to focus on. So the first thing is really, do you have a practice that is training your mind? Journaling is also a great tool because you are practicing taking those thoughts that are in your subconscious mind and putting them down on paper. So again, you are creating separation between you and your thoughts. So that's really the first step, is creating distance between you and your thoughts. And a question that you can start asking yourself is, what am I thinking right now? That's as simple as that. What am I thinking right now? And it might be a little bit more difficult at first, but the more you do these practices, these mindfulness practices, the easier it's going to get. Like now I've been consistently meditating for a couple of years now, and it is so easy for me to catch my thoughts before they drag me into a negative thought spiral. So what am I thinking right now? And then you might notice, I'm thinking that my body looks really big today. I'm thinking that people are going to notice. I'm thinking that people are going to be thinking really negative things about me in their mind. They might even talk about me behind my back. I'm thinking that because I feel really bloated right now and I don't like the way that I look in my body, then I don't deserve to enjoy food. I'm thinking that I don't deserve to eat the sushi with my friends. So first is you want to get clear on what am I thinking, and bring what I like to say, bring your thought from the basement to the first floor. The second step, now that you've shown some light on the thoughts, you want to question the validity of it. So is it true that everyone is going to think something negatively about my body? Is it true that people are going to talk about me behind my back? At the end of the day, when you have a negative body image day, do you think that other people notice? Do you think that other people are thinking, oh, she looks bigger today? The truth is, no. You might see it. You might see yourself differently. You might feel like you are 20 pounds heavier. But how many times has one of your friends been like, oh my God, I'm having such a bad body image day? And you're just thinking like, really? I think you look great. I think you look fine. I don't think you look any different than you usually do. And so you have to actually question, because remember, just because you have a thought, it doesn't make it true. And you have to get in the practice of questioning the things that go through your mind, because if it's not true, then don't live your life as if it is true, because it's hurting you. So is it true that people are going to be talking negatively behind my back? No. And then follow that thread. Is it true that if I have sushi tonight, I'm going to gain 10 pounds? No. Is it true that just because I don't like the way that I look today, I don't deserve to enjoy food? No. So that's the second piece. The third piece is now, is it serving me? Is it serving me to focus on the way that my body looks? Is it serving me to think that because I don't like the way that I look, I don't deserve to eat? I don't deserve to enjoy food? So this is where you actually want to follow that line of thinking and walk yourself through what would happen if I continued to give my power to this thought. So what would happen if I continued to hold on to this thought that I look disgusting, that everyone's talking about me, that I don't deserve to eat? Well, what would happen is that I wouldn't enjoy the rest of the day because I would just be in my head. I would try to hide my body. I would wear a sweater, even though it is so hot and I'm sweating and I end up super uncomfortable. And the most important piece is here I am at a cottage, here to have fun, here to enjoy my life. I'm surrounded by people I love so much. This is like I'm creating a core memory right now. Do I want to look back on this moment and just remember how I felt about my body? Or do I want to look back on this moment at all of the pictures that I took, on all of the memories that I made, on all of the conversations that I had, all of the laughter that I had? Those are the things that I want to remember. And so it is not going to serve me to keep holding on to this thought. Same with, is it going to serve me if I hold on to this thought that because I don't like the way that I look in my body, I don't deserve to enjoy food? Absolutely not. Because then it's going to worsen my relationship with food. Because now I'm only going to think that I can only enjoy food, only eat the things that I want if I look a certain way. And that's not loving to me. That's not loving to me at all. And that is not going to serve a balanced and flexible relationship with food. Because at the end of the day, bad body image days, they come and go. And so I could also remind myself that, hey, you don't feel like this every day, right? Like you just feel bloated right now. This is temporary. You're going to feel better tomorrow, or you're going to feel better in a couple of days. And to be riddled and consumed by guilt while eating this sushi because of a temporary bad body image day, it is so not worth it. So that's the third piece, is to really ask yourself, is this thought serving me? And then the last piece, the last step, is to ask yourself, what would be the most loving thing for me to do right now? Because now you are focusing on, how can I take an action from a place of self-love? And what would self-love look like for me in this moment? And for me, self-love looked like reminding myself that no one cares about my body, that the people I love, the people who love me, don't give a shit what I look like. They won't notice that I feel like I look differently. What would be the most loving thing for me would be to go on with my life as if everything is just another day, to laugh, to create memories, to take pictures, to eat the sushi with my friends, connect without guilt, without focusing on my body, reminding myself that, again, this is a temporary bad body image day. Maybe it's a temporary bad body image week. This is not how I feel all the time. And so that is what is the most loving thing for me, is to continue on. It is not to restrict. It is not to not let myself eat. It is not to hyper focus on my body. That is not the most loving thing to me. And so those are the 4 things that you can use in any circumstance, my friend. This is not like only for bad body image days. One of the biggest things that I teach my clients inside of Food Freedom Academy is exactly this: how to make their minds stronger, how to take control of their minds so that the negative thoughts don't consume them, so that they can actively choose, is this thought serving me? Is this belief serving me? Is it helping me create the life that I want? Or is it getting me further away from self-love? Is it getting me further away from feeling empowered? And if it's not serving me, I have the power and I have the tools to create something different in my life. So those, let me go through them again. The 4 steps. Number 1 is create distance between you and your thoughts. You can ask yourself the question, what am I thinking right now? Number 2 is ask yourself, is it true? Is the thought that I'm having right now, are these beliefs actually true? Or do they just feel true? Number 3, are these thoughts serving me? And number 4, what would be the most loving thing that I can do for myself right now? I hope that this episode was so helpful for you. If it was, share it, send it to someone that you love, that you know could benefit. I love when you post like a little screenshot on your Instagram story and you tag me. I will always reshare it. And if you need the reminder, you deserve to eat. You deserve to enjoy food. It doesn't matter what your body looks like. You are worthy. You are deserving of self-love, of self-respect, and the people in your life who truly are your people, who love you, will not make you feel bad about yourself. And if they do, then they might not be your people. All right. So I hope that sticks with you. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next episode. Hey, real quick before you go, if you're loving this podcast and you're thinking, Sabrina, I want more. I want to go deeper. I want a step-by-step process for healing my relationship with food. I've got a free workshop that literally walks you through it. It's a full breakdown of the exact method that I use to help my clients stop binging, heal emotional eating, and finally feel at peace with food and their bodies. It's totally free. So if you're ready to stop feeling obsessed and out of control with food, head to sabrinamagnan.com/training or find the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you found it valuable, I would love if you would share it with someone you know that could benefit. If you're loving the show, don't forget to subscribe over on Apple Podcasts so you don't miss a single episode. I really love hearing feedback from you, so please leave a rating and review over on Apple to help us get in the ears of more people who need it the most. Finally, come hang out with me on Instagram at Sabrina Magnan Health for more educational content and get up close and personal with me. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next episode.